time in Pittsburgh, all with 2 outs. Look for him to redeem himself. And the Mets have had good success against.
A lot of fastball from Strider, nearly
Go through.
0-2. There's another 2-strike hit to start the ball game.
Because that's what I'm talking about. You have such a reliance on that fastball, and you can throw it in the zone. He throws it in the zone more.
Ahem. First pitch here. 0-1. On the ground, second base. Ozzie Albies on the pivot, got it to second to get it out there, and nothing more from Arcia.
But what happens? You don't have your best stuff. That takes you to the elite. You're never 100%.
0-1. He was paying guys to miss bats. As there goes the runner. Pitches outside. Throw to second base. Not in time. A stolen base for Francisco Lindor.
Inning if you don't hit a solo home run. So that'll be the next book.
Teams that are dominating through the run game. As that in the minors, you just tap your head. As there's a broken bat flare to second base. Albies backing up on it. Gets the out. If you haven't seen what their
velocity.
Strider to McNeil. There's a fat. As you're describing that, I'm thinking of like a 6. I wonder how much lower, but we'll have to find out probably in the second inning. Ground ball to short. Arcia handles it, and a scoreless. I don't think that's from the shop.
I call it being prepared.
One is going to blow up very soon.
Yeah.
What home runs for somebody in an age 21 season or young? 3-1 wavered outside. A fastball just missed, and Alvarez does take a walk. 1983, hitting 389 home runs. Stop. He's evidently didn't get rave reviews from the people.
Could put it away.
I like that angle. It sounds like you've done that, like in the bullpen or Vogelback.
Absolutely dominate more than he is dominating. His slider gets a little flat. That one didn't disappear.
2-2, swing and a miss, went right back away from the fastball, and one down.
Because what that does, can't have that kind of hesitancy. You gotta let it go, right?
Here's Mark Vientos. I want to ask you, there's another
in the zone flat. See those right now, he's got a
0-2 on Vientos, and he buried that one
2 times in a row.
Oh man, another demon ball of a slider, and back-to-back strikeouts.
Dirty pool right here. See how he's behind that ball, and it is turning against him lately.
And they've attacked him early in that first. He had a perfect ERA in 2 outings before. 2-1. Swing and a miss. There was a slide.
Dominance if he gets that.
3 balls and 2. 3-2. Check swing. He did not go. Mendick works a walk.
He's just going to get better and better because he knows his body and he's able to miss bats. And look, get out a lot of guys.
Well, and he's such a student of it too, dating back from his days in college. Tim LaCastro just activated. Downstairs, more on that, Ken.
So much is out of your control. So what you have to do is rely on your strengths. Spencer Strider has done that throughout his young career.
Yeah, like the high fastball there, the slider earlier in the season.
Right now, I like that a lot. Now, he's just so professional everywhere he's been. And the guy that, you know, you're really trying to set some tone around the club, he's a big part of it. We're trying to, there's a wild card always, everything's affected by it.
They got about a month and a half left, and thanks to Buck Showalter for doing that. And Ken, as Nimmo takes ball 4 against Strider and Lindor coming up. Ken.
The Mets, though, never said they weren't going to sign.
24 kind of in this middle ground, John, and we'll see.
Didn't produce.
Yeah, they're 20th in OPS. This to first base is a very Mets double play. For Pete Alonso. There. To third base. Riley, a sliding grab and throw to get out number 3. So Quintana with
in a double play.
First pitch swing here by Jeff McNeil in the air for left center. And out number 1, Harris makes the catch. 3 times, I think, Hunter Pence hit it. Here is Alvarez, who took a walk his first time.
Really bad spell. And that's a no
win in a number of ways in the postseason, depending on opponent, depending on type of game you have.
Yep. He's got all these routines, very disciplined. And
I can't even imagine. What double does eating it?
Because another K, without it, you can't have. And if one of the great,
He's a machine, Strider is, and that. But to your point, that
other sports and baseball, you know, so on and so forth.
Vogelback takes a walk. He'll go to first base. Vientos coming up. Smoltz, Jason Benetti, our entire wonderful crew. Matt Olson, who grew up in Georgia as a Braves fan.
And that's
The only hit he's allowed was a leadoff single in the game for Brandon Nimmo. And there on 2-2 for Vientos. And there it was. It's on 3-2. Grounded foul. He went
that they just saw before.
Well, it's all about Optica, who came through that sort of training. 3-2 inside, popped up on the infield. Who wants it? Albies is in. He makes the catch. And that retires the side. Vogelback marooned at first. We'll go run of the ball game. Jose Quintana allowed it, but he and Strider have been off. Right there, a strike two from Auburn, New York. There's a ground ball, second base, slowly hit. Ozzie Albies has out number one.
Yeah, and then like 440 in right center. It was like, keep the ball out there. Out there thinking, oh man, this is going to be, you know, in the middle of the season. Yeah.
Great fun for pitchers.
Now I pitched at Cooperstown in, you know, taking the tours and getting all that stuff.
Tapper back to the mound. Strider fields and throws low. Man, Matt Olson with a life raft for that ball.
That is a life raft. Pitches, and then he grabs a ball, and you got to remember to take that step, which he did, but then just short-armed it. You're making as a pitch to home plate.
Nimmo down the left field line. That is fair, rolling into that corner. Extra bases for Brandon Nimmo, who is 2 for 2 with a walk.
He just takes what the pitcher is giving him and doesn't try to pull that pitch, and just serves it down the line for a double. Training, but never live. It's just something you.
1-0. Popped up. First base side, Olson makes the catch, and the Mets are now 2 for their. Spencer strikeouts, but pitching to contact tonight. Strike 3 called. Breaking ball nipped the corner. 5 strikeouts.
See that first move, once you lose that barrel, and you can do.
One down, Jeff McNeil.
On effect when things don't go well.
Ground ball first base. Olson collects it and scoops to Strider for out number 2. You can belabor the piece straightforward.
No.
One strike to Alvarez. This is where if Judy Boyd or Brad Zaig, me, you, Brock for college basketball.
That would be. It's my first love. I just realized I was better at. People think I'm crazy, but that's okay.
Yeah, comes with the territory. Public figure. Fly ball center field. Harris is underneath.
I'm making a comeback with 2 new hips in a year.
Actually, so he bounced around quite a bit in the National League East, but a huge milestone for him. 400 plus games, so he was a piece of a couple of huge trades for franchises.
Sure was. I mean, an artist. And if you know his story, he wasn't always that way out.
For baseball fans. You would agree with that?
No doubt.
Community back in 2017. Oh boy, down the line she rolls. Vogelback with a bocce ball for a base hit.
Yeah, but seems like you could do that anytime you want, doesn't it?
Tying run at first base, and Ortega. Minter getting loose in the Atlanta bullpen. Pumped to right field. Acuna Jr. has to drift a little bit, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
From there.
That was Oh, he got a really good jump and then spun the wheels and went back, and the swing anyway is a fly ball into right field.
He got uncomfortable.
He
and
did.
Stopped.
Oop. Tell you what.
Was able to thwart.
Swings and misses on the fastball, 10 off the slider, and for Strider. Swing and a miss, a debilitating slider. Ends the 7th inning for the Mets. Strider, 7